Alright, Josh here, and welcome to another Pokemon VGC 2019 team overview. This week, we're going to be using something a little bit different, playstyle wise for me. And it's going to be the Yveltal and Primal Kyogre core. Now, this team has been quite heavily based off two teams, really. Like, the first one I saw was Wolf Glick in the EU International using Yveltal, Kyogre, Mega Gengar. He had those three, but I don't know if he had Stack Attacker or Bronzong. I think it might have been Bronzong. What else did he have? I can't remember the exact six, but I really liked that team. I thought it was really cool. And then, more recently, I was watching Jamie Boyt's channel, and he was running the same three, Mega Gengar, Yveltal, Primal Kyogre, but with like Stack Attacker, and then I think he had Raichu and Pheromones or something else. But yeah, I wanted to like kind of have a go building around those three. I really like the Stack Attacker on this team, and yeah, this is what I ended up with. So first up, we've got the Mega Gengar. It is bulky. Thank you, Jamie Boyd, for the spread. I pretty much just lifted that. He did explain what he did on the channel, and I thought it was quite interesting and good, so I did borrow that. But yeah, I really like Gengar. I really like a substitute on Mega Gengar. I think it's really, really good. Sludge Bomb. Now, a lot of Mega Gengar have been dropping Shadow Ball for something like Taunt or Disable or Icy Wind even, or I suppose even Skill Swap could you know is viable, but I still like Shadow Ball. Like I've honestly really not practiced with the team much, but like the practice of I do like having Shadow Ball as that like the option, you know what I mean? Like if I face down a Katana, for example, and I can't, like, obviously I won't be able to do anything to it. I'd be gutted if it was Gengar versus Katana and I couldn't touch it for the win or something like that. That'd be super nice. So we got the Mega Gengar. It's bulky Mega Gengar, but I really like the substitute set. I think it's really good. Probably my personal favourite Mega Gengar set, actually. And I've tried quite a few, so I really like the sub option. Next, we've got the Yveltal. Now, I know both Wolf and Jamie used Dark Z Yveltal. I didn't like it that much, so I decided to go with the Assault Vest. I think I used this in Moon Series, and I really like it. Got Oblivion Wing. We are modest. That just happens to be the one I had in game, so, and I already had this AV Yveltal built. So I was like, okay, we'll just go with this spread, and it's been doing the job so far. So like, Oblivion Wing is there obviously for, you know, it's a really nice option against grass types, obviously, and but that recovery is super clutch. Dark Pulse is really nice. Can't be intimidated. Obviously, it's not going to matter. Foul Play, obviously that physical type move, use the attack stat against them. That's always worth having because, you know, it doesn't go off your attack stat. So that's obviously super nice to have. And then lastly, obviously on a Assault Vest, you want to be snarling. Like, Snarl's so important on this team. And this Yveltal is like really bulky. You can really tank hits and get a Snarl off, or just keep recovering. It's kind of a pain to deal with. It's a pretty bulky team, to be honest. So yeah, it pairs really nicely with Mega Gengar, threatens opposing Mega Gengars. Snarl away Xerneas. This team is really like anti-Xerneas. Like Xerneas is, I wouldn't bring Xerneas to a game against this team. So that's pretty cool. Then we've got, well, we'll go on to Landorus. This is the same Landorus as I ran on the X-Ray team, I think we had. Protect U-Turn, Rock Slide, Earthquake. With the Ground Z, that will be our Z move. We got Adamant, just enough speed to outspeed the Primals. It's not often you see Timid or Jolly Primals. Like, I'm usually fine with Adamant. Like, there's only like, I think actually we did once get sped on the channel by a Timid Kyogre, didn't we? That was quite funny, but like that's really not that common, so I feel quite safe. And we've got a nice amount of bulk, enough to live A +2 Dazzling Gleam, so that's that can come in handy. And then we've got the Kyogre, again, same set as I've kind of been running, slower, bulky. We've got Water Spout, still Scald, and Ice Beam. I still like Scald over Origin Pulse. I just can't trust, like, you know, if Wide Guard's a thing, I just like Scald. I think it's really nice. It's a really nice option. I guess we could change it if it doesn't come in handy, but I do like it. Now, next up, the next two Pokemon are both Pokemon I have never been able to use to their potential. Like, I know Stack Attacker and Amoonguss, they're both great. I have the same thing with both Pokemon. I know they're great Pokemon. When I play against them, I find them very problematic. But when I play them, they're awful. Like, I really... So I was like, okay, I need to be able to use them. Like, I need to start practice with them. So I thought, like, I'm going to put them on both. For good reason, though. We'll start off with Amoonguss. Yes, that's a focus, I shall explain why. So we've pretty much got the bog standard bulky Amoonguss. EV spread. You'll find the poker paste in the description. I've got Grass Knot, Rage Powder, Spore, Clear Spot. Very standard set. I really like having Grass Knot just in case. It's great against Primal Kyogre, especially in Trick Room and stuff. Clear Smog is always super necessary. Spore and Rage, you know, it's just the standard what you need. So we are Regenerator, we are Sassy, and yeah, redirection super nice. I wanted a Mungus because it kind of functions in the same way as do you remember on, was it the last, not the last team we used, maybe the team before, when we had the Primal Kyogre and Volcarona combo where I could, you know, Rage Powder and Water Spout things, and sometimes my opponent wouldn't really expect that as a lead and get just decked by Water Spout. So, you know, we can do that with Kyogre on this team. We can do the Rage Powder Water Spout play, so that's nice. Now the Focus Sash, yes, it might seem a bit gimmicky in a way, but I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, what's the best? I was thinking, what's the best berry for a Mungus? Because everybody runs a 50% berry, pretty much. I have seen some Focus Sashes. Some people run 50% berries, but most people run the, you know, the damage reducing berries. But I was like, okay, like I could choose any of these damage reducing berries. But you know, like if I'm going against a Tapu Lele, it's like, oh, I really wish I had the Piper berry, and I've got a Cobra berry, for example. Or if I was going against Rayquaza and I had the Cobra berry, and I was like, oh, and say I was going against Rayquaza and I had the Occa berry, for example, I'd be like, oh, I really wish I had the Cobra berry, or something. Like, I felt like if I had the damage reducing berry, I'd always want a different one, and I'd probably just keep changing it. So I thought, okay, right, Focus Sash is so safe. I guarantee live 2 attacks, and if that's what I have to live, like, sometimes that's what I'm going to have to live, to set up Trick Room, to get rid of something threatening off the field, I don't know, whatever it is, get a big Water Spout off, whatever it is, I know I can take 2 attacks guaranteed. And I'm still really bulky, so I should be, most of the time I should be taking more than 2 attacks. Certainly non-super effective ones, but super effective ones, you know, we will be going down for Focus Sash, but I know I can guarantee live 2, which is so important. So that's where we got the Focus Sash. We'll see how Amoonguss gets on. Like I said, Amoonguss is not something I'm super comfortable playing with, but I will give it a go. Then next up, again, thank you. This is a Jamie Boy idea, so thank you very much. Safety Goggles on the Stack Attacker. Love it. Great. It's so good if you trap a Xerneas in with Gengar and then just bring Stack Attacker and it just ends its career. Especially if it's paired with an Amoonguss. Like, Amoonguss is just stuck Grass Knotting because it can't Spore it. Can't redirect attacks either. It's great. So we've got Wide Guard. No Protect. Wide Guard's probably better. Stop those Precipice Blades, etc. Trick Room. And because this team has a lot of slow Pokemon, like Kyogre's slow, Amoonguss is slow, Landorus is like quite fast, Gengar's obviously super fast, and Yveltal is pretty slow, to be honest. Like, it's I can't remember its exact speed it's at, but it's only a little bit faster than Kyogre. Is it faster than Kyogre? Yeah, it's faster than Kyogre, but slower than Landorus. So it is a slow Yveltal, and I don't have Tailwind, so Trick Room seems necessary. Now Trick Room again is something I'm not that comfortable playing with. It's weird. I've never really played Trick Room teams that much, so this is going to be quite interesting. Then we have obviously got Gyro Ball. We need Gyro Ball. And the last one is Skill Swap. If you set Trick Room up with Kyogre and you've got Kyogre in, that can just ruin people's lives if you've got no answer for it, because if they switch Primal Ground on, you can Skill Swap, and you can, if you Skill Swap Kyogre, obviously you give Kyogre Beast Boost, which is absolutely busted. That is so busted. If you get on a roll in Trick Room with Kyogre Stack Attacker and you've got Beast Boost on Kyogre, it's like goodbye everything. It's really silly. So yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, basically this team is very like control, bulky control, chip away, maybe set up Trick Room and sweep, maybe even, you know, Rage Powder things away and sweep. You know, like drop special attacks, drop attack. It's a very controlled team. Controlled, yeah, it's like control. Can I say control anymore? And yeah, it's that kind of team that, like, I really don't have much experience playing with this type of team, like slow, bulky kind of sets, like very controlled and position-based team. It's definitely not my forte, but I would like it to. I'd like to be able to play this type of team more, because I think it's really interesting, and I think that this type of team is really good. I nearly put Groudon on this team. I think I could probably do another. Like, I do want to do another team as well with like Gengar, Yveltal, and Stack Attacker, but with Primal Groudon instead, and maybe change the Amoonguss and Landorus slots for something else. We'll see. We could maybe do that next week or the week after or something like that. Not next week, you know, the next team or the team after could be interesting to mess around with. But overall, yeah, I think this team could be pretty good. It's going to take me a while to get used to the playstyle, but I think it could be very interesting. Okay, so yes, I forgot to say, I just finished the episode and I realised I forgot to say something. The stack attacker, the one I had in game, is not quite minimum speed. It is 1 point. It has 1 IV in speed. And yeah, I didn't have time to try and get a new one, so I was like, okay, no, we're just going to stick with 1 IV stack attacker in speed. I suppose it's not going to make that much difference on Gyro Ball, but I suppose it's nice for stack attacker mirrors. I know I'm going to be 1 point faster than most stack attackers. It's kind of funny. Anyway, cheers for watching this team overview, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all in a bit.